and I can ride with my baby. I be in the kitchen cooking pies with my baby. Yeah, baby. Subscribe to the channel. This is Kimi. Everybody putting their spice on this. Let me put my seasoning. Fetty. What you doing, man? I see. I'm putting like a lot of this together, man. Cause they've been watching you, man. They've been watching you, man. And I ain't knocking no jokes on this, man. You know, I ain't gonna put nothing on there. This was very serious right here, man. This is adios amigo right here, man. He's a done deal. You know, 100 pounds a kilo. You know, what you doing, man? What you doing? And you know what? I know what you was doing. Trying to get it. You wasn't making no money for the label. Hell, you still owe the label money and shit. Shit, you was out there getting it, man. But the thing about it was, I don't even know why you even went to a big organization like that with a lot of people anyway, with all that shit. I mean, you know, that's what I be saying, man. But when you get in that life, you get in that under the influence of drugs and stuff like that, man, you don't use your nugget. That's a prime example right there, ladies and gentlemen, about not really having like a plan B, you know. So the music thing didn't work out for him, so he just went back to the streets. Didn't have nothing. You had nothing else to do. You didn't want to go to school. You didn't have nothing else going on with your life, huh? Well, figured I just did a video about this, you know, about the guy doing 42 years in, but see right here, this looks like it's life. Ain't no getting out on this one. And if you do, you might be seeing, 1738, you might be seeing that whole crew go down. You never know. So I really do hope he, hold his head, get his brain together, man. I know it's fried. I know he probably gonna go in there and just probably, you know, get your nugget together, man. Do some reading, work out, cause you got a lot of time. You're gonna have a lot of time on your hand. You know you fucked up, right? You know you fucked up, right? I mean, it's just, I mean, it ain't like you was in the limelight. It ain't like you was, but I know you had a family and kids and stuff like that. So, which I see a lot of brothers when they be doing it, they got them families and kids and stuff like that. I mean, that's when the sympathy I don't have because like that's selfish. When I had my kids, whatever like that, I wasn't really into the hustling anyway. Because I learned at a young age when it was hustling, it wasn't no touchdown in it really. It ain't really. I mean, you think you can, but at the end of the day, it leads to death and jail. You got to think about what's the kind of like at the end of that tunnel. That's what you got to think about. It's all good when it's going. Everybody going popping bottles, and that's what happened to Fetty. I mean, everything was Gucci. He was moving and grooving. He probably wasn't even worried about no music. He was out there in the streets. this be a lesson because, like you said, man, they was watching him, man. Maybe it was an inside job. It could have been his girl. Could have been like a jealous friend. Could have been like a fucking enemy. You know, enemies be telling on you too. I mean, it's too much of a coincidence, man. They just, just popped them up on them. But, like I said, it was a feds. You know how feds are, man. They get you right, right when you least suspect it, I'm telling you. And you got to think about it. They popped them with everything. See, you're not looking at that, though? Huh? It ain't like he had just half or whatever like that. He was, going to go drop off and go get that bag. And, so that's what I'm thinking. Like, that had to been like some type of inside, man. And I know he's thinking about that too. Like, it ain't like, they caught him with like just, saying peas and carrots though, man. They caught him with the whole shebang. The whole Big Mac, nigga. Not no Happy Meal. They caught him with the whole Big Mac. So it's like, man, they was on his bumper. I'll tell you that. So brings me back what I be saying to the youth, to these youngsters out here. This is what I mean by the end of the tunnel. See, Fetty Fetty Wap, he was in the zone, but then he wasn't, he wasn't, looking at that end of that tunnel. I'll be telling you, man, it's rough. It's rough. You never know. He probably one of his homeboys probably got hemmed up and didn't tell him, and they probably just, saying something happened, man. I mean, how he got caught up with all of it. So, hey, somebody doing some singing. Somebody doing some singing up in the group. And I'm telling you, man, somebody close to him, for him to just get caught up with everything. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I guess only thing you can say, man, it was fun while it lasted. Subscribe to the channel, just came me. Another brother lost in the system. But like I always say, he did it to himself, Grown man. Had probably many thousands, millions of opportunities and money, at the time. I mean, he didn't have that, but I'm talking about he had a lot of opportunities, he could have did a lot different. A lot. Enjoy your night. Fetty Wap. King me.